ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Hell's Paradise. It's finally back, and what an episode! This has been probably the most revealing episode that we have gotten so far into the series. The action was there, the Tatakae move forward from Eren, a reference from Gabi, and him kind of paying a bit of a price for his impatience over here. But just insane what we got, the reveals here with the tents, and we finally get to see all of them. There might be a mysterious one or something more I want to talk about them, but we're gonna get to it. For now, yeah, and Yuzuriha. Every time she's on screen, I like her personality so much, the way she is. And hot, of course. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, probably, I feel like a lot of us are similar with Senta right now in this episode, with him starting that the more they learn, the less they know. Like, his brain was exploding there with all of the information overload he was getting, and I kind of feel a bit like that also, even throughout the series. The more we find out about the island, what was on the island, more questions we have, even more after this episode, and I feel you, Santa, I feel you. But after that, we also see Gabi. He's very much in a rush right now, very impatient to get things done, to get that elixir, to get his pardon. He starts being very reckless here, even ignoring what Santa advice gave him. Hey, let's take our time, let's learn, let's deal with it together, and takes a chance when Santa falls asleep to go for the middle, for the Horai. And I'm glad he did it, but at the same time, that's very dangerous. And the more he was getting closer, the more eerie it was getting, so to say. Started hearing voices, and I was like, somebody's praying, but not they're chanting something, sort of like a prayer. And we see there trees, a lot of trees with hands like this, praying. Of course, he doesn't know at this point what they are. We find out later in the episode. We're gonna get to that, what exactly they are. But he finally gets to this big door, and might be the entrance to the Shinsenkyo, the big one. Wasn't gonna be that easy here, because I was expecting it to be a different Tencent, but I'm kind of glad it was the same one that fought Tenza and the others. Kind of needed what happened to him here. Shows behind Gabi, and I liked his first reaction was, hey, I'm tired, I don't need anymore, I already fought, just leave, I don't want to deal with you anymore. But Gabi started questioning him, and that guy was like, okay, this guy is kind of suspicious, I can't really let him go there, even though at the start he was willing to do so. I don't know how to refer to them, he, her, because they keep changing from female to male form. We're gonna get to that also, their preferences. But we finally have Gabi versus this Tencent, and even he was surprised how well Gabi was doing against him. I was like, what is this human? How is he able to do this? Even though he was still regening, Gabi was finding out about this. He tried pretty much everything. His blaze also didn't really work, and he kind of looked away when he used the blaze. He thought he won the fight, but apparently they were even able to regen through that blaze attack, which took Gabi by surprise. Got him slammed into the wall there, some pretty hard hits onto him by that burnt Tencent. Now, the question what I liked the most in this episode was, are you human? And they started fighting again, and why are you so tough? That Tencent was just shocked finally seeing human this capable. Even said something very interesting, haven't seen somebody like you in centuries. So they were probably in the past, maybe somebody at the skill level of Gabimar. Hopefully we're gonna find out more about the history of the island and everything. We find out quite a lot in this episode. But during the fight, which was pretty good, Gabi was struggling, trying to find a way to actually an attack for it to connect, to work, but he got slammed there very hard with trying to do that. But he kind of discovers something. He hits the Tencent in the gut, makes it spew blood. And why did that work? that was very curious there. Now, the Tencent sent something interesting. Do you know? It seems like you are all ready. Now, I feel like that was kind of referring to Gabi's power. Maybe Gabi's at a level that is getting close to the power system they're using on the island here, the Tan, or what it was called, and maybe Gabi doesn't even realize himself he's doing that. Still curious how exactly he's able to do that ascetic blaze that he has. Hopefully, the more we go forward from now, I feel like this is the most revealing episode. Maybe after this one, we're gonna stand to find out a lot more things about that. But with the fight there, I feel like the Tencent went a bit Naruto. They're starting using hand signals, even starts throwing Rasengans at Gabi, and went a bit Sage mode. That was my instant thought when I saw that mode there. And he kept upping his powers, and Gabi was getting the shit beer out of him. Let's be honest there. But what I really liked, he was still pushing through the pain, through everything for his wife. They even started having an all-out trading of blows. He decided that I'm gonna destroy it faster than it regens. And I always like when fights go that route. Throw aside all defense, all techniques or thought or anything, just an all-out brawl, and that's what we got here. And seeing that shocked and surprised face on the Tencent, was just, yes, give me more, and thank you, Gabi, for that. And yeah, he took a beating there, the Tencent, quite a big one, and couldn't believe what was happening. But this is where it got very suspicious, because flowers started blooming for it. I'm like, did Gabi actually kill it? Is it gonna be that easy? I don't think it's gonna be that easy. If it was, pretty much all of the main characters that we've seen so far could defeat one of them relatively easy, so to say. Of course, they would get hurt, some of them would die, but it's kind of a closer fight if it ended just here and that Tencent died. But now it said something very curious, where flowers started blooming for it. I'm gonna get in trouble with them again, and we're gonna find out who exactly those them are. And it starts showing its true form, or its battle form here. This weird flower monster, in a way, able to throw lightning strikes and zaps Gabi quite a lot, and keeps on zapping him, but he kept getting back up and back up. Even tried to use the blaze again attack, but he was way too hurt. And I really like they showed like he hasn't really been taking care of himself ever since the expedition started. He's been in so many fights, he has gotten wounded quite a lot of times, and not just in this fight. Everything has started catching up to him, and especially how much of a beating he took this fight. And he kind of has a out of body moment there, a dream, even thinking to himself, have the past few days even been real? And the dreams, waking up and talking to his wife, just shows it's the only thing on his mind, getting back to her, the driving force that is pushing him forward. And even at some point accepting his fate, thinking that he might die, telling I might not make it back, and he almost gets strangled to death by the flower there. Now this is where we have a last instinct before death, or something that has been beaten / trained into him by the village chief, which I hope we're gonna find out more about that guy. He seems to be, he's a complete asshole, but when it comes to being a killing machine, he probably is the best one that we've seen so far, even out of the Tencent. For just talking techniques and skills and how he views life, I think he's more fucked up than the gods that we have here, saying rule 20. When you're dying, draw on the last piece of life that you have in you and deal as much damage as possible to the enemy. And Gabi starts doing that even by instinct. He didn't need to consciously decide to do that, how much it was trained into him. And he burns the arms away and kind of allows him to escape a bit. Now this is where he gets saved at the last moment. by the girl, May. She starts putting up a barrier around him, and they get sent away by the attack there, which hopefully May is gonna be the one that trains them. I don't know how good she is, but maybe she's gonna be able to allow them to unlock at least the power, not show them techniques, for them to be able to use this power system, which you haven't been fully introduced to here. Now, this is where things get very, very interesting, because we have the Tencent turning back to his human form, but they didn't show its face during this scene, but you can tell by the voice and how it looks from the side. It felt like drained a bit, like the life was drained out of it, even the voice there. And then it cuts out to the other group we have here. We're gonna get to what happened to Gabi. Now, I really liked the fight quite a lot. It seems like Gabi can definitely take a beating, but at the same time he can dish it, more than dish it. That Tencent got the rude awakening that they're very capable humans on the island. But I'm really curious what he's going to do to May after that, considering May saved Gabi. Even while that was happening, he said, "May, what are you thinking?" So that's gonna be interesting. Is May part of them? Is she something else? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. So far, May is a very curious character, to say the least. But yeah, back to the main group. All of them worried, Senta apologizing to Sagiri that Gabimaru left on his own, but Yuzurika was just awesome in this scene. She was like, "Hey Sagiri, why are you worried about the well-being of a criminal? That shouldn't be a thing, right? If he dies, right?" And Sagiri was like, "Oh," but she's very worried about Gabimaru. But the tree says he can lead them through the fog to go look for Gabi and get to the center there. And Yuzurika was like, you can do that? I'm suddenly worried about Gabi also. I really like how she changes her mind by the most selfish things ever. And she's hot. Yuzurika, best girl in the show. Let me know down in the comments below, Yuzurika or Sagiri, which one do you like more? Now they finally start going to look for Gabi there, and this is where you get some of the biggest reveals here from the tree. Apparently there are 7 hermits, the Tencent here, and we see them. We actually see them, like full on reveal here of the main villains that we have on the island. Finally, it happened right now, and the way they're talking, they seem very eccentric, very way out there. Their personalities here, the way they carry themselves, and even when they're talking, some of them prefer to have a male form, some of them prefer to have a woman form. And I really like the tease there when 2 of them were talking, probably the first 2 that we saw way back when we got bamboozled here. The one that said they prefer female form was talking to the one that said I prefer male form. Yeah, but the other day we banged as a female and you liked it, and the dude was like, yeah, but you know. That was a fun scene between them. But we have one that kind of seems to be a leader in a way, showing up saying, hey, enough, it's time to have a discussion, start talking about the humans. And apparently things are getting more serious because the humans are very capable, and they started blaming Zhu's Jin. That's the name of the one that Gabi fought with, and Zhu Fa, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the names, I'm really bad with names, blasts Zhu Jin's head away as a punishment. Of course, he could still regen, but this is where we see how drained Zhu Jin was actually. Fully looks like an old man, decrepit old there. And yeah, the leader one is very strict, very stern, and very serious, even saying, stop it, I'm the only one that can hurt him. Now he said also something about after they started talking there, we even see that the blonde one saying that he, through the 2 of them, he fought into the pit, referring to Chobei and Toma, but they made it out of the pit. And this is where I kind of liked the leader one saying don't underestimate the humans, and Zhu Jin kind of lied. And I think it's gonna come biting him in the ass. He said he killed the human that he fought with. So did he lie to save his face? Or did he lie to save Mei, the girl? That's the interesting question that we have here. Or was it a bit of both? Because he got in trouble, and I don't know what his relationship is with Mei. That's gonna be interesting when we find out. So would that leader guy kill him if he was honest there, or I'm curious, are they gonna fight against each other? But the curious thing is we finally see the elixir revealed with them drinking, kind of having a toast there, and Zhu Jin even recovers fully after that, and they said in honor of the master. So is the master somebody else that is there, or is it their combined form, which we're gonna talk about it a bit here? And when the three said there was only one hermit that mastered the art and became a god, but it split into 7. So I'm curious if at the end of the series they're gonna reunite again and become that one being they were at the start, the god, and that's probably gonna be the last fight. I don't know if that's going to be the end, but hey, you never know. The three kind of had a lot of information dump here. I'm curious how strong it is, because if they're this strong separate, if they reunite, I don't know how we're gonna be able to beat them, because our characters need a power up level big time, big time. Now the three kind of drops a lot more information here, saying that everyone on the island, they were humans, or at least semi-humans 1,000 years ago, and right before death they transform into trees, and those were the praying trees that we found at the beginning. Now, is it just something they naturally do, or did somebody do that to them as a curse here? Maybe the god thing before it split itself, using them to sustain itself here, or was it just something that was happening on the island here? And all of them started transforming. Even these three lost his family before, and before they lose all of their reasoning and mind, they go there to pray in front for their soul to reach the gods. And even this tree here is nearing his mind is going away slowly also, so at some point he's gonna lose reason. The same. Now I liked Sagiri being worried about Gabi even in this moment, and now I finally see Gabi and Mei. They survived on a riverbed there, right out of the water, and the episode ends with the samurai guy finding Gabi. Now that's gonna be interesting how they're gonna interact with each other, because Gabi is very wounded, to say the least. But yeah, a lot of things revealed this episode just left me with a ton more questions. I'm glad we finally saw all of the Tencent here. I'm really curious what you guys thought about the episode, especially after we had 1 week break, but it returned in full force here, and I hope we're gonna get that power up that pretty much every character reads right now, because I don't see them having a chance at their current level to deal with the Tencent. But also, how or what exactly did Gabi do in that moment he was able to hurt Zhu Jin? Did he use some of that power without realizing, or do the Tencent have some sort of core and he hit it by accident? I don't know. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. You guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Make sure to check out the podcast, Because Anime. Keep enjoying Hell's Paradise. I'm gonna see you again in the next one. Bye bye.